Hi there, it's Carleen here from Gut Health Nutrition. You think I don't listen to you, I am listening, and I hear that the people that are doing my protocols and doing the 9 steps to gut greatness are looking for their little bit of carbohydrate hit. And who isn't? Who doesn't like a little bit of carbohydrate here and there? And this is why we're always looking for a new bread recipe. Now, the bread needs to be gluten-free, of course, and the less grains in our bread, the better. So we're looking for a substitute to grains such as almond meal, hazelnut meal, different meals from different seeds and different nuts. So today I'm trialing another one of the YOMO blends. This is their basic gluten-free bread mix. It's a little bit different to the others because it doesn't have a whole heap of instructions. It is just a blend of different grains and seeds ground down with a bit of psyllium husk, a bit of salt, some flax, some sunflower meal, a bit of sorghum meal and millet. So lots of different fibers in this to make up into a beautiful soft doughy bread that will be perfect for toasting, perfect for having that little bit of carbohydrate hit that we crave, but we don't necessarily want to be having empty calories that are doing nothing for our gut bacteria. So let's get to and make this particular bread mix. You might want to save this because the instructions are not on the packet. We need to add some very specific things to this 290 grams of blend. We need to add in another 170 grams of starch. Now they're suggesting potato starch, and I would recommend potato starch because this is going to be high in resistant starch, and resistant starch is going to feed the very specific bile manager bacteria. So we do actually want to have a little bit of potato starch in there rather than corn starch and rather than any other starch. I was thinking maybe green banana flour would work, but green banana flour would dry out the mix. And we do want it to be soft and doughy. So we're going to use potato starch. We use a little bit of dry yeast and some water, and that's it. I'm going to be using the bread maker today because that's going to take a lot of work out of this. I'm going to be able to put it together, set it up on the bread maker, make sure your bread maker has got the gluten-free actual button on there. And then we want to just set it and forget with all the ingredients in there ready to go. If you don't have a bread maker, that's fine. You can actually just do all the kneading yourself, but it's going to require 2 rounds of kneading for about 10 to 20 minutes each because we want to really get that blend and that stretch going, which is quite hard to do in a gluten-free bread. So let's go with another YOMO mix. We're measuring and we need 490 grams of water. So I'm putting my jug in there, and it's best if the water's a little bit warm. So I've put the jug on there, I've tarred it down to 0, and now I'm just going to measure out until I get 490. Perfect. Right, that's that amount. Okay, 170 in potato starch. We've got a sachet of dried yeast, and we've got our 290 grams of the bread mix. I've got my bread mix, my bread maker set up in my laundry just because I needed another spot out of the kitchen. Now this is actually a borrowed bread maker because I don't actually have one myself. This is my sister's, and her instructions are it likes the water first. That will make a better blend. So in goes the 490 of water, in goes the packet of the YOMO Basic Gluten-Free Bread Mix. Just going to get a sprinkle happening there. In goes the 170 of potato starch. Lots of resistant fibers, resistant starch. Fabulous. And then we've got the yeast sachet, which is 6 grams of dried yeast. Sprinkled on top is the instructions. Now, all we need to do is close the lid, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. On the bread maker, we've got a gluten-free marker, so we just take it to that. Lots of beeping, gluten-free, and we just hit start, and there it goes. At 10 minutes, we're just going to scrape it down a little bit, but otherwise it needs nothing else for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Let it do all the work. Just going to scrape down the sides. Make a neater finish. Right, this beeped at me to tell me it was ready. Now we've got to get it out. Ooh, well, that was easy. Onto a wire rack. And we slice into it. Okay, you are meant to wait until your bread loaf is completely cool, but I just cannot wait. I need to see what this is like. So I'm chopping into it. Oh, of course it's beautiful and fresh. And I just want to see this light and aerated consistency. Oh. That is going to make a beautiful slice of bread. Okay, we are going to put a little bit of butter on this, just because there are times we do need to have just a bit of butter on some bread. Oof. Yum. It's crusty too. Oh my goodness. Oh, yum. Taking me back to my childhood. Delicious.